Okay, so how to draw a chrome sphere using only the primary colors. Make sure your pencils are sharp. Oh, wow, very sharp. Oh, ugh. The heck? You can always sharpen a pencil by rubbing it on a piece of paper, scratch paper, to sharpen the tip. Just lay it down and file it around. Lay it down, slide it around, pick it up, it's sharp now. Okay. Now that your pencils are nice and sharp, we're ready to begin. Let's draw a circle first. Get something nice and round, and then trace it. Boop. Start with your yellow and trace a nice guideline for yourself. What you're imagining is that right here are maybe like a mountain range or some kind of desert feature. And since this is a sphere, the image will bend around up like this. Okay? So now that we have that guideline down, we can kind of fill in whatever mountains you've drawn there and just fill it in kind of nice and light. Don't press hard at any point when using colored pencils. It's nice to just have it kind of hover on the surface of the paper, applying a little bit of pressure when you want some more color. So with the yellow, you want to just spread it about halfway. So if this is half of the sphere, you want to go a quarter of a sphere. So there we go. So leave this bottom arc white for now. Set your yellow aside. Now take your blue. Decide where the light source is going to be coming from. I think that we'll just have it coming right here. Not right in the middle, just slightly off center. And now, leaving a little bit of a white edge, like leaving a little bit of a white here, kind of bring the blue very lightly down until you get next to the yellow. Again, very lightly. Here you want to be very careful. You want to shade in the part around the light source. Again, not pressing so hard. Just letting the pencil glide gently on the surface of the paper, kind of feel the texture of the paper, feeling the little bits of colored pencil lead getting stuck to the surface of the paper. And so the further you go down, the more careful and more light your strokes should become. And so here, that's about where we will stop. To make it, give it a more rounded vibe, you gotta shade in more around the sides, which I have not done yet, which I'm doing right now. And bring that darkness over to the sides a bit here. Okay, now the red. The red you're gonna use right along the edge of your mountain range. Leave a little bit of yellow. But yeah, right under it, come in with the red. And it looks orange because of course we're drawing directly on top of yellow. And you want to blend that right in. Being careful that, again, you don't press too hard. And here we want to bring down the red a bit, down along the sides here. Again, leaving a white edge, leaving a little bit of white. So it kind of looks like the sphere is shiny all around. And now gently shade in the red in a similar fashion to the blue. Just kind of coming in from the top down, but not going too far. Don't go in here. Leave that alone for now. Just bring it down into the yellow. And then over on this side over here as well. So now we're going to start to layer the colored pencils on top of themselves. Colored pencils are great. I haven't worked with colored pencils very much, but when I have, I always am very happily surprised to find that they're very fun to work with, and if you are just very light with your pressure, you can achieve incredible results by blending different colors. So this is where it gets interesting, because we're going to add the blue to the bottom here. So what we're doing is blending the blue with the red, with the yellow, and it's kind of looks weird at first, but it will blend in to look brown eventually. We just have to layer it enough. It's important when you're drawing something or painting something or doing any kind of creative project to have patience. Because a lot of the times when you're making something, in the process of making it, it might not look very good. It's not gonna look good for a long time, until it's done. So it can be pretty intimidating to be working on something for a long time, and you don't want anyone to see it because it's not done and it doesn't look good. And yeah, you just gotta keep plowing through. Okay, now I'm starting to press a little bit harder. Trying to get a bit more of the color down. And it's interesting because the more we layer, the more there appears to be different colors kind of emerging as we blend. And we've only used 3 colors so far. And yet we're achieving a very interesting chrome effect with just 3 colors. And you may not have believed it, that's probably why you clicked the video. How can you do a chrome effect with only 3 colors? But it's pretty simple. I think anyone can do it if they follow these instructions. And what's even more interesting is that you can just keep going and keep going and keep adding little bits of detail and little bits of little layers of colored pencil until finally it will appear to be done. I want to close in this white space a little bit more, and I like having the idea of the blue being down there as well. It looks like it's kind of reflecting the sky all over. And if you don't like something, if you mess something up, colored pencils are fairly forgiving when it comes to erasing. So you can always erase a bit and try again. So now I'm giving it a real gold highlight. Every time you pass over with another color, it breathes some new life into it. It's really quite fascinating how magical just a few colored pencils layered over each other can be. This is a fun little challenge you could do at home. And we're even gonna add a little bit of red up into the sky here, up into the next to the light source to give it a bit more darkness, to give it a bit more depth. And we can add a little bit of yellow over to the sky here to give it a bit more of a psychedelic vibe. And I guess what my final step will be is I will attempt with some old paper towel that I've saved from the restroom. I'll attempt to blend the colors a bit. We can just outline it a little bit. I probably should have done this with better lighting. But I hope this is good enough for I hope this is good enough to explain what I was trying to do here. And there we go. A chrome ball with only the primary colors. Try it yourself. It is possible. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.